Alrighty guys, good morning slash late morning, I guess you'd say. Well, this project that I'm working on that I started a couple of days ago, I've done a lot of filming and went home to try to actually downloaded the videos, but went to try to process them with my editing program, and it's throwing a fit. The editing program is. So I'm thinking what had happened is I went and changed some settings in the GoPro to kind of help with the rendering and the downloading process, because it's been taking so long for some reason. So what I end up by doing was all of the frames per second and all that I picked, it's kind of jacked things up, and my video program or my editing program's not liking it. So any of you guys out there that are gurus, I've got Adobe Premiere Elements 2020, and I've never had an issue before, but the audio is there, and if you start playing the video will have a bunch of lines going through it diagonally, and then if you pause it, then the picture's clear. So anyway, I've googled and I cannot figure that out. I've even tried to figure out a way to go from 60 frames per second back to 30, because at 30 I went back at some extra video that I had laying in a folder, went back, it's 30 frames per second and it plays fine. So the only difference in the new video of this project that I shot is it's 60 frames per second. So I went back and rechanged it, and this is the first video since I rechanged it. Fingers crossed it'll work, but I've lost a lot of footage on this project. So anyway, basically this is an old pond. That's when it got the 850 this morning. This is an old pond. As you can see there and there, this entire dam looked like that. So I brought the 953 over here, cleaned all the trees off, piled them. I'm in the process of going in and digging what sediments in there out and putting on the dam over there on this side. This side's fine. He's wanting to get where he can brush hog the dam, not only the top side but the outside. Chances are the inside is going to be too steep for him unless he goes up and down. But I'm wanting to widen the dam out a little bit and then slope it, you know, and comparable to this, so he'll be able to go through and brush hog it, as I mentioned. This little pond's pretty deep. I've got some pictures, and what I'm going to try to do is insert pictures in here to kind of show the before when I first started, and my progression through you know, my day a couple days ago. So this pond's, I'm not gonna lie, is not the greatest by any means. They went in and started here and cut this hillside down and took all of what they cut out and made the dam out of. They were just starting to get down to the clay, as you can see here, the pre-clay or the top layer of the good clay. So had they taken all of this, shoved it out into the field, made this wider, because you can see it's kind of narrow and deep, but took all this, shoved it out, stockpiled it for the time being, and then went ahead and started down, got down into the good clay to build their dam out of, you know, and then cored this side out, because you can see it's nothing but gravel and flint rock. They could have went in and cored this side out, pushed some clay up in here, compacted it, and probably had a rock solid pond. As it sits now, it's, you know, it's going to be one of those 50-50s, and you know, I'm going to do absolutely everything I can to make it a viable pond. But you know, I'm confident the dam wasn't cored out, and we know that all the material that was in here originally was put up here to make a dam out of. The dam's wide, maybe the only savior, but we'll just see. We'll just have to see. So anyway, I should kind of bring you up to speed on kind of what we're doing. So I'm letting the 953 warm up just a little bit. Not that it needs to, because I mean, after all, it is approaching 100 degrees again today. I think it's supposed to be 102 today, I believe, regular temp. So I'm gonna finish getting the rest of that cut out over there by the brush pile. Take this, what I've been doing is moving it up, putting it on, progressing on down the dam, and then I brought, like I said, the 850. I'm gonna come in and slope that, and then there was a big mound of topsoil that was in here. I stacked it right there for now. I'll try to overlay it. This will grow anyway, but I want to take that and lay it around there so it can be seeded and everything later. You know, as tall as that old dam is and everything, if that water level would go that high, it would be awesome. But as you can see right here, it's our limiting factor to how deep the pond's going to get. The only other option would be to go down way deep, and then what's going to happen is the thing's going to be a big V, and it's not really feasible to do that. So that water there, there's probably maybe only 18 inches of sediment in there. I'm going to leave it. I'm just going to leave it. It's not hurting anything. There's not enough in there. As you can see, there's not enough sediment in there to bother anything, so we'll just leave it. A few years down the road, if it needs to be cleaned out, a guy can go in and clean it all out. But anyway, that's the plan. And again, I'm going to try to insert some photos to kind of show how things. I was really bummed that I'm not going to be able to use that video unless somebody's got a way to convert video and audio from 60 frames per second to 30 some magical way. And if you do, just leave it in the comments, let me know, because I'm pretty computer literate, but I'm not a guru by any means. Need some rain. Need some rain badly. So anyway, I'm sure hoping that this video is going to work out. As I mentioned, I had a change settings on my GoPro, and it's screwed up. It's not jiving with my computer now, or not with my computer, but with my program that I use for my editing. So anyway, I also mentioned on the last video that I don't think I'm going to be able to save that this job here is actually my first job back since I had to have a it's called a PVC ablation procedure done on my heart. And so I've been kind of trying to take it easy, and this is my first job back. Everything seems to be going well. Lots of get wells and stuff sent to me on Instagram. So anyway, appreciate that to everybody there, and everything's going good so far, and we'll know in a few months if it worked, but it's got like an 85-90% success rate, so I'm hoping it'll work. So anyway, well, let's see if we can't make some dust. little bit dusty, huh? Wow. You guys are dirty. Well, we'll see if this stupid effing thing will last longer than 5 minutes. Ah, ticks me off. Sorry. When, you know, this GoPro can't handle the heat and shuts off. And I don't have the settings aggressive anyway on it, so it ain't like I'm trying to do a motion picture with the thing, but damn, it's just aggravating. Anyway, I went up and took that hill, I guess you can see, that used to come around and slope up towards that cedar tree, that chunk of concrete up there. And so I took and notched that and brought that down here, and it's made a huge difference. So I should be pretty close. Time I take this and shove this around there, I should be pretty close. Now burn that brush pile, I'll have to do a little bit here with that little bit of slope there, but not too bad. But anyway, so I'm gonna hop back on the dozer and I'm gonna get this top finished up, get this finished up. Over there in front of the dozer, I gotta blend those two slopes in together and then go around inside the pond just to kind of sweep up and clean up a little bit, and that's probably honestly about all I'm going to be able to do here. We can't burn right now. There's actually a statewide burn ban, so we can't burn, so this is going to have to sit here until probably fall time where we get some moisture. Then I'll have to come back and clean it up. So anyway, all right, well, I'm gonna get the 850 fired up, get this fine-tuned, and we'll see where we're at. Hopefully we'll knock this out in the next couple hours. as far as I know, we're done. It's kind of how everything turned out. I do have to bring the loader right over here. Kind of want to back drag those rocks, kind of smooth them out a little bit. And there's a chunk of concrete I may either leave there or may flip over, but that's where the inflow is. That's where the water comes in at. But all in all, it turned out good, I thought. There's no such thing as precise final grading in this environment, not only with this material, as you can see all the rocks, but it's like baby powder. So there is no good final grading on this. But I mean, this stuff here is wet and everything. It wanted to kind of balled up in comparison to that over there, but anyway, I mean, he shouldn't have any problem whatsoever brush hogging that. Again, he'll have to back up and down, I'm sure. As of right now, we're going to leave that there, or I'm going to leave that there. If he tells me to get it out of there, then I'll get it out of there. But we're holding water there. There's, like I said, maybe a foot of sediment there. It'd be a bigger pain in the butt to try to get that out of there than just to leave it in there. We're holding water, it's sealed up, we know, so best just to leave that alone. Let the water work in here and see what this is going to do. If I cut this and let this run into here, he probably lose every bit of water, because that's probably going to soak it up. So we'll let you know, when it comes rain time and stuff, we'll let her go that route and water flow in here and see what happens. I'm not at all confident that this will hold, at least long term. Fingers crossed, but I don't have a lot of confidence in it. But he wanted to leave some trees over there anyway, so I did. That bank gets really steep from here going up. I did not want to take any more brush or trees out of there for taking the chance on destabilizing that bank. Take more vegetation off of it, it's going to erode more, and guess where all that dirt and stuff's going to go? Right down into the pond. So my suggestion is leave it alone. There's a fence right there anyway, but my suggestion is just to leave it alone. If you want to clear it out a little bit more, guy could go in with a chainsaw and a weed eater or something and go in there and go that route. At least you're leaving the vegetation. I get in there, I'm gonna screw it all up. I am gonna seed this, but there's no sense of seeding it right now. We do supposedly have a rain coming next week sometime, I think, and they're saying an inch. I'm not holding my breath, but they are saying an inch. If that's the case, I'll run out here before that rain and I'll go through here and seed this up real good, and hopefully it'll be okay, germinate, and because the ground's definitely hot enough. It's just too dry right now, so if we get some rain, then we should be good to go. This material that's laid out here will grow fine. So anyway, well, I think I'm gonna go ahead and take the loader down there, back drag those rocks, and throw some fuel in and call it a day, I think. Like I said, it's not a pretty pristine job, but there's, like I said, man, there's these rocks and this powder. It's just hard to get, and, you know, really good. Like I said, first rain we get stuff, it'll kind of help settle things and move things around a little bit. So, anyway, not one of my most cleanest ones, but this one's, it's been a bit of a challenge with all the gravel and the dust. So anyway, well, I'm gonna get out of here. Don't forget to like and subscribe, leave comments, ring that notification bell, and that way you know when I post new videos. Also, follow me on the gram, and that's at DirtDaddy953. I'm gonna post some pictures on here of the progression. I'm also gonna post some pictures of when I first started, because again, I apparently not gonna be able to use that video, which sucks because it was some pretty cool video. But I'll post pictures on there, put them in the video, so you can kind of get an idea of what happened at, you know, at first. So anyway, all right guys, I'm gonna get out of here and go home and sit in the air for a little bit. We'll talk to you later.